I could start at a lot of different points, but I definitely felt a huge shift the night that Russia invaded Ukraine, like that night. I had a nightmare where this giant black bat came and spread its wings over the entire town that I was living in. Like this giant shadow. And it scared the shit out of me. And just for the record, if it wasn't for dreams, a lot of dreams that I'd rather have never had, then I wouldn't be here. But the next night I was sitting at my local pub, drinking apple juice, of course. And this guy comes and sits down next to me, like middle-aged guy, nothing really stood out about him. He looked like he could have been a firefighter or something. The only thing I really remember about him is he had these intense beady eyes, like a fighter dog. And he sat down next to me and we just started chatting for a while. He said something about how he's staying at a hotel in town. So I was like, oh yeah, you're a tourist. And eventually he goes, yeah, come back to my hotel room. I have money. I have drugs. Come on. And it totally changed the tone immediately. Something like in my gut, it wasn't a red flag. It was like a black flag. I was like, this person's trying to take my life. I just knew. It wasn't like this person's trying to take advantage of me. This guy's kind of a creep. It was like, this is a horrifying. You need to protect yourself right now. Felt like dark, you know. I was like, yeah, no, I'm okay. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna leave now. You know, he was pressuring me, but I just walked off and I decided I was gonna go right around the corner and just lock myself in my shop for a minute. I walk right around the corner. It's like a block, and I start unlocking the front door and I look back and he's following me. I didn't even hear him coming. He was right there though. And I took the key out of my door and I stepped towards him and I said, are you following me? You know, I confronted him and he just said, come on, I have money or something like that. I, continued to step towards him. I just let him know that we were in it. He just changed directions and went away. Thank God. And I walked somewhere that wasn't identifiable because I didn't want him to know where I worked. You know? But the next night, I pulled into a gas station to get gas, just like 10 o'clock or something. It was late. He was standing in the middle of the gas aisles handing out these leaflets. I didn't notice him at first. I didn't recognize him. Went out to pump gas and he started talking to me. He gave me this leaflet and I kind of wish I still had it because it was like this God, Jesus thing, but really weird. And my dog is in the back window just going ballistic at this dude. My 100-pound German Shepherd mix, Gabriel the dog, God rest his soul. And the guy goes, you got a big dog there. I bet he'd like to see some action. And that actually really scared me because my dog's big and that's what I would usually rely on if I got in a bad situation. Like, hey, I'm a fucking guy with a dog. But that guy, he was like, yeah, let me unalive your dog right here in this parking lot. Like, he meant it. I could feel it. At that point, I was freaked out. And so I walked away from the gas pump just to get some space between me and him. And right in that moment, I had a friend pull up. They go, yeah, I saw your bus. I just wanted to check on you. I just started saying really loud, like, that guy tried to SA me. Like, he was trying to get me into his hotel room. Like, that guy's a creep. I was just really loud about it in this gas station full of people. And after a second, I see him driving a little truck out of the parking lot. And so I was really I was grateful. And so I go back and say to the gas attendant, like, hey, you can't let that guy hang out and leaflet here. Like, he's not safe. And I'll never forget the look in that gas attendant's eyes. He had like glazed eyes, glassed over like he hadn't slept in 2 days. And he was like, I can't get him to leave me alone. He's been following me. And he looked scared. I never saw that guy again. I'm sure he's okay. I hope he's okay. But I wanted to ask him more about that. I mentioned that because another thing that guy said while I was at the gas pump after he said, let me fight your dog to, right here. He said, yeah, how do you like the weather, kid? Because it was wintertime in Oregon, but it had been really warm. And I go, yeah, it's been pretty nice. We could use some rain, but this is nice. He's like, yeah, we wouldn't want the fire season to be bad, but we want to keep it warm for you guys. And I can't remember exactly what he said, but what he was saying was, I'm from the government. We're controlling the weather. I will unalive your dog and I will unalive you right here in this parking lot. Hi. And I think back to that. That's what felt like it started it to me. Man with the fish eyes.